Hello, good morning. So we are going to work on our last part, creating the dashboard. So in here, right, we have in the dashboard folder. Okay, let's go to the app. And then we have dashboard. Inside dashboard, we have a page. So first, we're gonna create our main dashboard page. So React arrow function create export. So we can call this dashboard. Dashboard. Okay. So once we have this dashboard, if you go to the dashboard route by going to the localhost 3000, and in this route we already have like slash dashboard, right? It will take us to the dashboard route page. Okay, inside the page. Now in this class, right, we are going to build a dashboard. In that dashboard we're going to have three sections. Okay, so the first one is the latest issue. We're going to display the latest issue. 5 latest issue we're going to display, right? So let's build the latest issue component. I have all the code here, right? I'll push it, but again it will be also in the our project folder. So let's continue with the project for now. Now let me see, minimize that. Okay, so latest issue, right? This component. Okay, let's see how this will work. So the point here is to get the latest issue from the database, right? So you're going to need Prisma because we are dealing with the database now, right? And then once you have Prisma, right, you're going to fetch data in this way. Await Prisma issue. So you have, just look at this component. Okay, latest issue component. Don't worry about all this, right? Just first you understand the Prisma, import Prisma. That is clear. You importing all this table, flex, avatar, card, heading from the Redux theme, right? That's also easy to import. The link is just a link component from the nextjs link, right? And we have the issue badge component also to display the badge, correct? Component built already inside the component folder. Now we create the component latest issue. This is asynchronous function. The first thing is how we're gonna get the latest issue. So await prisma.issue from issue, right? Find many, and in the bracket where. So I want the latest, means remember on the top, right? Maybe something created last week. You want which is created today, yesterday, right? The latest one. So first what you're going to do is order by descending order, right? So order by created add. So this date will be descending. So you get the last date on the top now, right? When you fetch the data, the last one will be, just let's say X in the Excel sheet, right? The line of items, and you order by the latest one, latest data added to the database, right? So that will be get on the top, and from that top you take 5, right? So take means how many you want, right? Just call the take property 5. Okay, now also in this list, right, we're going to display, let's say we have an issue, right? And you're going to assign issue to one of the user, correct? So if you want to display the user information, user avatar, who is that user who is handling this issue, right? Because there is a relationship between this issue and the user we have created last time in our schema, right? So to include user also, how you can include property and assign to user, make it true, right? In that way you have access to the user also. For every issue, right, if there is user assigned, that means you can access that user information. So that's how you pull the data if there is a relationship. Issue gonna have user, right? Assigned user, assigned to user. Look at this, assigned to user. name, email verification. So you can get emails, name also, anything you need, you have, right? Because we added include assign to user to true. So you remember take means how many data you want to filter, how many you want to grab, and if there is a relationship with any table, in our case user, so we have to make sure that key, right, that property name, make it true. Let me quickly share the schema so that it will be clear, right? Let's go to schema. So in issue, you have assigned to user, right? Look at this user table and assign to user, this table assigned to user, right? And you make it true, So include, let's see here. Yeah, on the top, right? Issue, latest issue, okay. Include assigned to user true. And, because this properties were inside the issue table, right? Schema, you have assigned to user and you make it true. And because of this relationship with the user, right? With user here, okay. It will, if there is any user assigned to the issue, you have access to that user information like emails, name, email, whatever, right? You can get all that. So that is the main thing need to understand, right? How to fetch data. Latest issue, right? Okay, let me close for this right now. We don't need, we're going to look at later. So once we have data, you just render and display, right? So we're going to call the card component. This will give you nice box, right? Card component will give you nice box at the margin top 4. Then we add heading, like heading, and let's call it latest issue. Then you know how to use table, right? From the Redux UI, table.root, table.body. Here we don't need any header in the table, okay? We're just displaying something easy, right? So inside the body, you can map it, and in the each row, right, we can add table cell, okay? Inside the table cell, we want a couple of things, like we're gonna have the title, right? We're gonna have a title and the badge, issue badge also, okay? So how we can organize is, okay, so here, this is the first thing, right? Title and badge. And on the bottom here, we add the, the avatar, okay, of the user, right? So issue, when you map through issues.map issue, you get each issue, right? We have 5 out of that in the map. You're going to get one by one. So the first issue, in your table row, you make sure you apply the key, right? Because that is the requirement for the map. When you like render anything, right? Basically list, this is a list of item, okay? When you're working with a list of item, you must provide the key to the first container. And the cell, table cell, inside the cell, you have first flex box, which has 2 child, right? The second flex box and this avatar, okay? So justify between, right? So this flex box will be in the left side and this will go on the right side. So now avatar is also the part of the Redux UI component. Avatar, you just add the source where you can get issue.assign to user image, right? You have to add this one, okay? If you don't add, that is like in this point, right? We have image, okay? It's, see what it's saying, right? There is a error, like you might have a string or null, right? Or undefined, okay? So there is an error, but if we can tell it like, okay, no, we have image, right? In this point, we have the image, okay? So that means it guarantee, and that error will be gone, right? You can add fallback, whatever you can add here. The size of the avatar will be 2 or 3, make it radius full, like rounded, right? So this is the some of the classes style for the avatar. So if there is assigned to user, right, this will be only displayed if issue has assigned to user ID. Means issue is assigned with any user, right? In that case only you're gonna see the avatar. Okay, so that's why if this is true, then only display this avatar. But the rest is okay. I mean, this title, you have the, when you click the title, you can go to the details, right? Details page, issue view / ID, right? It will take you to the details page, and you have badge there also. So that is all inside this latest issue. Let's save this and check now, right? So I'm going to import here, import latest issue, and just render here latest, and let's see how it looks. So I'm gonna put side by side. Now you can see right here the latest issue table. So see, if there is assigned user, you can see the logo, right? Or if there is image, you're gonna get the image also. Okay. So if you want to go to the issue, or let's do one thing, right? Let's stay here to the dashboard and then click one of these, because we have a click link, right? You're gonna click, it will take you to the details page. So let's wait, and I'm gonna assign to who, to the first one. Maybe let's, yeah, successfully. Now go to the dashboard, right? And it did not appear, so you just have to refresh the page, because you can see now it assigned. Okay, yeah. So if there is assigned issue, you're gonna see that avatar. So we're done with the latest issue. Let's look at the next thing, next component. I'll close this one for now, close the schema also, we don't need. The next is the summary, right? Summary means we have open, close, and in progress 3 status. So we're gonna display the box, right? A box with the label like open, in progress, and close, and we're gonna see how many is open, how many is closed, and how many is in progress, right? So that means we have to display the number. Okay, to display the number of open, in progress, and close, we need to fetch data. Okay, we need to fetch data, right, from the database for open, in progress, and close. Data means we're just gonna count, we're not gonna fetch all the data, we just count how many is open status, how many in progress status, and how many close. It will give us a number, right? So wherever you call this in summary component, okay, before that, I mean, these are normal, right? Import status from the Prisma client to validate the TypeScript status. Okay. Next is Redux UI theme, flex, card, text. These are few things we're gonna need later. Link, from the next link, React is there. Even you delete that, it will be fine. Now interface props. Why I create props? Every time when you have a component which you gonna, where you will be passing some data, because what I said, you're gonna count open, in progress, and close, right? In this when you call this component, wherever you call, right, you're gonna pass these things. So what is these things now? That is required in TypeScript. So that's why we define here interface props. You can write in line also here, right, by putting curly bracket and put everything, but it's better if you have so many properties, put it separate, right, like this. Interface props, and open property, number, in progress number, close is number, right? All these are number, we call it here. So later when we send this open, in progress, and close data, right, you're gonna send number. By mistake, if you send a string, you're gonna find error, right? So fine. The next thing, now let's work on the creating the card, right? Card. So I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna need, I mean, I was explaining this yesterday, right? Same thing. Let's I don't know, this what happened here. So for example, let's say this is the main box. You're gonna have three box, right? Like in progress, you know, up, close, and maybe the, you know, what do you call that? In progress, close, and open, right? So here you're gonna have label like open like that. Okay, in progress, and then you're gonna have close, closed, right? Closed. And then just below the label you will put the number, right? Maybe open is 10. We have only two in progress, right? We can change and experiment by adding more. Okay, like 2, and also closed is 2 here. Okay, so this is what we're gonna create. It may be here, right? It will be most likely let's say somewhere here. Okay, but anyway, this is what we're gonna create. So, why not, right? We design this data first and then map through for a card, right? Just map through and display this card. Okay, it will be better. So that's why we have a container. Let's say this is a container, right? With the label string, and the value will be number. So this is a string, right? And this is a number. And the status is what is the status here? The status is basically the, the let's call it validation from the schema, right? Status, which is open, in progress, and close. Okay, so we have three things defining here. These are the object in the array, right? Array with this object. So that is the type check we define. So let's define our data now. So that's why we have array and each object, right? This is just designing. Okay, we are designing so that we can easily loop through and display the information, right? So array with object. So first object is label open issue, value is open. This value will be number, right? Which we're gonna send later when you call this component. Okay, so that's the number. Status is open. In progress issue, value is in progress. This is the number, and status is in progress. So this is coming from the Prisma status, and closed is closed, right? And status will be closed. So we just define our schema here. This is kind of schema, okay, or the set of data which we will map through now, right? Flex gap 4. So we're gonna call this container.map. We're gonna, each container means each item, right? Each object, and the first we're gonna give the card. Key is container.label, because we have, remember, when you have a list of item displaying, the first element must have a key. So container.label. Flex direction, I'm going to add this because I want to have the top and bottom, right? Column gap 4, and the link. So remember why we are adding this link, right? Because you might want to go and see the all open or in progress or close list of item, right? So you just click there, click on this open, and it will take you to the details, basically the view issue, right? With filtered. So remember, we have already filtered working in our view, right? So what we do, issue/view question mark, and we're gonna pass this status. Remember, we have status already defined in the view with the container.status, right? So you're gonna send like open or in progress and in close, right? So I believe you understand this part. Okay, if this is the view, right, and you do here like open, we can do by here also, right? When you click on open, it will open, it will just display all the open items, correct? But same thing we are trying to send from our dashboard also. When you click that details, basically that name, right? Open or close or in progress. The route will be this. This is exact route. Okay. Either open or in progress or close, whichever you click, right, you're going to get status like this, and that data will be fetched here automatically, right? You just click and things will be done because we have already created all these things. Okay, so we just take the advantage of that, right? Now the container value will be what? The number, right? Container dot value, this will be the number. So this is a one card, it will map through 3 times because we have 3 items, right? And you're gonna get 3 different card inside the flex box. Done. So let's check this now, right? But yeah, let's do that, no problem, let's do that. So I will comment this out for now, or let's delete here, right? I don't need for now because we're gonna create each component separately and then later we're gonna combine all, right? So import, what is the name? Issue summary, right? Import issue summary from component issue summary, we can do that. And here we're gonna call issue summary. Okay, so see, it's complaining now. It says need missing following properties: props, open, in progress, and close. Because remember, we have defined the props here, the parameter, right? We must send this information now. So I mean, we can just send it like open, right? Equal to, maybe let's call it 10. In progress, let's send it 2, and close, right? Let's send it 5, like that. You can do that, right? And if you go to the dashboard, see, so you have this card ready. But now it's time to fetch this data from the database, right? Let's do that. So we're gonna need a Prisma. The next thing here, right? Const, let's call it open, equal to Prisma. So we have, this is asynchronous now, right? Async. When you deal with the database, Prisma dot from issue, right? Issue dot count. We're gonna count the issue where we're gonna count where status, right? Status. Okay, where status is colon, maybe let's call it open, right? Like that. So when status is open, whatever is the open, right, we'll get in the open. So we're gonna copy this for 2 more times. So this will be, let's call it in progress, right? And this will be closed. Okay. So our Prisma issue count where status is equal to basically status is in progress, right? How we have put added, I don't know if this is the one, progress. I hope that is correct, right? Let me check. Yeah, it must be equal to this. Okay, and then final one is closed, right? Closed. Okay, so in progress, open, and close. So we count now each issue by supplying the status property. Okay, status in progress, open, and close. We're gonna get this 3 number, right? So here we just change now with the open, small letter, open, in progress, and closed. Okay, done. Save now, and that's it, right? So you have in progress 2, or close 2, and open 25, right? So this is what we have to do with the, so we have 2 things ready now, right? We have the latest issue and the issue summary box ready. So the final one we're going to create is a chart, right? Issue chart. Okay, so in issue chart work similar to the summary, right? Because we're gonna need open, in the chart what we do, right? In the chart also we're gonna have a box, and then there would be x-axis, y-axis, like this, like that. You're gonna have like open here, open, closed, and in progress, something like that, right? And then you're gonna get the bar chart, okay, for each of them, right? So maybe uh something like that. So y-axis, x-axis, bar, these are the bar, right? This is whole thing is a container, and bar chart is the one component, right? So for this we're gonna use the let's see what we're gonna use, right? There is a library called chart, right? Let's see, let me check what is the name of that chart. Recharts, right? This is the one, this is what we're going to use, recharts. Okay, if we go back to our Google search and recharts, right? Recharts, this is the library, right, to display the chart. Okay, so you can see line, I mean this is line chart, you can do the bar chart and all that, different charts you can you can use this library to create different kind of chart, right? So let's see how we can do this in our project. First we need to install, right? So we're gonna go here and npm install recharts. We can install that. Okay, and once you finish that, right, installation, okay, we have card, import card from the Redux UI theme. This will be used client. Okay, the chart is the client side interaction, right? The JavaScript runs in the client client browser. Okay, so this must be used client page. We need a card to display our chart from the Redux UI. So from recharts, because we are creating bar chart, right? Bar like the fat one. We're gonna import few things. Responsive container, we're gonna have container, bar chart, x-axis, y-axis, and bar, right? X, Y, and bar chart, and the container. Also, because we're gonna display three things, open, in progress, and close, right? Bar, we're gonna need that data, okay? Similar to what we did with the summary, right? So we're gonna create the props for that. Later you're gonna send all that three information here when you call this issue chart component. Now to create the bar, basically chart, right? We're gonna need a label, like x-axis, you're gonna put the label, right? Open, in progress, and close here. Like you're gonna add something like open, in progress, and close, right? You want to display that name, that is a label, and value you're gonna give to, like how big is this chart, right? What is the number? Like we have 25 open, then the charts will be long, height 2 is small, and whatever, right? That is the value. So value is coming from the props, right? Open, in progress, and close. Done. So this part, I mean, right? We have done this before also in the other places. We're just creating the data, okay, to map through, right? Later. So okay, so we have a data. Okay, even in this chart we don't have to map, okay, because this chart is smart enough, right? We just pass this one and it will take care of the rest of the work. Okay, it's nothing, we don't have to map. Chart will do everything by internally, right? So card, we're just gonna call the card component from Redux UI. Responsive container, let's make it with 100% and height something like 300. So that will be the box, right? This box, okay, container with 100% and height 300 pixel, 300, right? So based on the container size, it will be 100%. Whatever is the main container, right? It will take the 100% of that container. So bar chart, now you call the bar chart from here because we are creating bar chart. Now you pass that data value, right? This, pass it here as a data. So this property is built inside this bar chart. You call the data and then give the value. Here you can call it anything, right? Like data X. You have to call data X, right? You know, data X, and it's okay, but it's better, right? Let's call this data because this is our just a data with the array and object inside, right? Now x-axis we have data key, means x-axis will take that name, right? So just call it label. So from this data you take the label, right, for x-axis, and y-axis nothing, so it will take the value automatically. Okay, y-axis will be this bar, right? And now you define the bar. What kind of bar is that? The data key will be the value. So this y-axis take this bar, right? And that gonna have the value. So open maybe 25. So the bar will be that big, right? The height will be big. You can define the bar size also. Okay, so that might be, let's say 30, 60, whatever, right? And then give the colors, whatever color you want, just give it here. Okay. So that is all, this is how you're gonna create the chart, right? So let's check now if how it works. For now I'm gonna comment this out, or let's comment right here. Oh no, what I will do, just go, or maybe just delete this, right? Or not delete, let's wait. First I need to import chart, right? Issue chart. Okay, and below this issue chart I will call. Now issue chart also need the same information, open, in progress, and close, right? So I'll just copy from here and give it to the issue chart. Done. Now if you go back to our, refresh this page, right? See this chart display. So open you have 25, something like that. In progress to, close to, right? So you have this chart. So basically we created 3 components. Inside the dashboard I have this components folder with underscore, right? So that it will not be added in as a route, any route by mistake. So this is just the component folder inside the dashboard. Issue chart, issue summary, and latest issue, right? We created this 3 component. Now we're going to summarize here, right, in the page. So what we're going to do is, what I will do, right, I'm going to use couple of Prisma, no, Redux UI components. So import, let's call it grid. Then maybe I'm going to need flex. What else I'm going to need? Okay, so this is not correct. Import grid, right, from the Redux UI theme. Okay, and then flex also, fine. So I'm going to convert this to grid, right? So how I'm going to display this, maybe, right, what I will do is I'm going to keep these 2 top and bottom, and on the other side, right, on the right side I will keep the details, right? Not details, but the latest issue. Let's try to work like that. I mean, anyway it will be fine, right? That's fine. So grid. So what I will do is, okay, let's add a flex here, flex box, flex box, right? And because I need to wrap this, these 2. Remember I said we're gonna have the last one, that is this latest issue, right? So let's put here latest issue. Okay, so this is one child inside the grid and the second child, right? This flex uh, will be direction, right? Column, because I want top and bottom. Okay, so let's make it column, and maybe give a gap of something like a 5 or whatever, 6. Save now, right? So you're gonna see refresh. Yeah, you see the gap there, and also these things right on the bottom. So because this is one, two inside the flex, and the third one on the bottom, right? Latest issue. But in the large screen, I want that latest issue go on the right side here. So how I can do that? So grid column, right? Let's define the column, and inside here we're gonna say initial, right? 1, because initially it will be 1, but when you go MD device, MD, right, will be 2 column. Okay, 2 columns. So, and let's give a gap also. Gap of how much? I believe 5 should be okay. So gap, why not? Yeah, sorry, equal to, right, 5. So let's check now. You see, so we have yeah, on the large screen you can see this on the right side, and small screen you're going to see something like this. See, so what we have done, we built each component inside our component folder in the dashboard route. This is the route, right? Dashboard is the route, app dashboard. It will go to the page, and inside this page we have call all that 3 components. 2 component needs the count of the like open, in progress, and closed issue, right? So we fetch that data, and we by passing the status open, in progress, and close. So you can see that. So that's what we have done, just pass as a props latest issue. Latest issue is fetching data by itself. You can see here, right? You fetch data, what I explained earlier. Even there is a relationship between the assigned issue, right, to the user. So to get a user information inside this issue, you just include it like this. Okay, and that property from the issue, right, assigned to user property to true, and you will have access to the user information inside the issue when you're fetching the issue, right? And by adding order created at descending, right, and take 5 means just take 5 number of data, right, in descending order. So in that way we get the latest 5 item. All right, so we're done with this dashboard, right? I will stop here, and the next one is hosting, right? So most likely I will do it today or maybe tomorrow, so I will see. Let me commit, right? Git add, git commit, and git push. I will commit both. Okay, uh, git add, git commit dash m. So when you guys work, right, make sure you commit in every component. Okay, I didn't did that, but just commit in each component, and the last one is summarizing, right, in the page. So done. Git commit dash m dashboard, and then we have to push, right? So git push. Okay, so let me stop now.